If your Maytag top-load washer is making strange noises, not agitating properly, or refusing to spin, the motor could be the culprit. I'm Ed with AppliancePartsPros.com, and in this video, I'll guide you through testing and replacing the motor. Don't worry if this is your first time working on an appliance. It's easier than you might think. Let's get started. With over 2 million products in stock and the know-how to help you do it yourself, we are AppliancePartsPros.com. Let's start by getting our tools together. For today's work, we'll need a 1/4-inch nut driver, a multimeter, a 5/16" nut driver, a Phillips head screwdriver, a putty knife, and a 13mm socket and ratchet. Always disconnect your washer by unplugging it or switching the breaker off. To access the control, use a 1/4-inch nut driver to remove the screws securing the back panel of the control. Then use a putty knife under the corners of the control panel to release the spring clips and lift it up. After reconnecting power, start by entering the manual test mode and activating the gentle agitation test. Extreme care should always be taken to protect against electric shock, which could potentially result in serious injury. Please do not test line voltage if you're uncomfortable using a multimeter around live voltage. Set your multimeter to AC volts and place the black probe on J2 pin 4, line 1, and the red probe on J2 pin 6, clockwise winding. During the clockwise agitation, the control should cycle approximately 120 volts AC to the motor winding. Next, move the red probe to J2 pin 5, counterclockwise winding. During the counterclockwise agitation, the meter should again show approximately 120 volts AC, cycling on and off. In our test, the control board supplied proper voltage to both windings, confirming the control board and wiring harness are operating correctly. Now, unplug the washer and disconnect connector J2 from the control board. Using your multimeter set to ohms, measure resistance between J2 pin 4 and J2 pin 6 for the clockwise winding, then J2 pin 4 and J2 pin 5 for the counterclockwise winding. Each winding should measure between 3 and 6 ohms. In our case, one winding tested open and completely out of specification, confirming the drive motor had failed internally. Next, inspect the run capacitor and wiring harness connections near the motor. Unplug the washer and carefully tilt it back to access the bottom of the machine. A failed capacitor can prevent the motor from starting, even if proper voltage is present. But in this case, the failed winding resistance confirms the motor itself is defective. Now that we've confirmed the motor has failed, remove the belt cover using your 5/16" nut driver. Next, remove the drive belt from the motor and the splutch pulley. Then disconnect the motor wiring harness. Use your 13mm socket and ratchet. Remove the mounting bolt securing the motor to the mounting plate. Once the bolts are removed, carefully slide the motor out of the mounting bracket and remove it from the washer. Here's the old motor, and here's the new one. If you've already got one, great. If not, you can pick one up at AppliancePartsPros.com. Slide the new motor into the mounting bracket and reinstall the mounting bolts. Tighten them securely with your 13mm socket and ratchet. Reconnect the motor wiring harness, making sure all terminals are fully seated. Reinstall the drive belt onto the motor and splutch pulleys. Then rotate the pulley by hand to make sure that the belt is properly aligned and the splutch moves freely. Now let's reinstall our shield cover. Then carefully lower the washer back into position. After replacing the motor, restore power to the washer and run the calibration cycle through the service diagnostic mode. This allows the control board to properly relearn basket movement and motor operation. Great job tackling the motor replacement. We'd love to hear how your repair went for you. So feel free to share your experience in the comments below. If you need to order a new motor or any other parts, just visit AppliancePartsPros.com with your model number. Most orders arrive in just a few days. Thanks for trusting us with your repair journey, and we'll see you on your next DIY adventure.